Okay, a new aesthetic has taken over the internet, TikTok, Pinterest, Tumblr. Wait, is Tumblr even a thing? I actually don't know. And it is all over the internet, everywhere I look. There it is, and today we're gonna do a video about it, but specifically, we are going to do a video about the decor of downtown girl aesthetic. Also, can I just say that this is the most normal outfit you will probably ever see me wear on this channel. Yeah. For the decor items that I am listing today, I got all of my inspiration from Pinterest videos, TikTok, and a little bit here on YouTube, even though there's really not much. And I was more inspired by the style of this in order to get the decor items. Also, I will try to link most of these items below for you guys, so if you are interested in checking out anything I mentioned here, just head down to the description box. It's actually pretty hot, so I'm gonna take this off. Now, before we get into this list, I'm going to read you the aesthetic definition of downtown girl if you don't know what it is, or maybe you're just like a little confused on what it is entirely and you've been exposed to it on the internet. So I'm getting this definition from aestheticsfandom.com. The definition of a downtown girl is an aesthetic that revolves around the romanticization of living in downtown New York, especially in autumn. It contrasts between the uptown girl aesthetic and originated on Pinterest, later spreading onto TikTok. It is often grouped with coquette due to the common features such as Lana Del Rey music and Brandy and Melville clothing. The style seems to be a little more on the grungy side, very much someone that's into music, into arts, that would live in downtown New York and go see a band late at night. Some films and TV shows that are recommended if you like this aesthetic are Gilmore Girls, Gossip Girl, Dairy Girls, Pretty Woman. There are so many on this list, but that is just to name a few. The activities based around this aesthetic are learning instruments, playing instruments, writing poetry, reading modern or classic literature, dancing to obscure music in your bedroom, going thrifting, discussing obscure theories with your friends, listening to music on your record player, shopping for vintage records, taking pictures with your friends on a cheap digital camera, and creating a ton of unnecessary playlists for different occasions. The key colors of this aesthetic are black, white, beige, red, and brown. When you look at the style of this, you'll definitely see that the outfits are more inspired by early 2000s and the decor as well. So I'm really excited because I did a lot of deep diving into this aesthetic in order to find specific items that would make your space feel so downtown girl, and I can't wait to share them with you. To make it a little easier, I tried to group more similar items together just so it's not all over the place. But yeah, let's start with the first item. So the first item is something that is usable, and it's also something that you can just put in your room that fits the aesthetic so perfectly, and that is headphones. Headphones are coming back, guys. I see it all over the place. And this isn't a purchase you'll feel bad about because you'll get good use out of it, but it also just fits the theme. The next thing is a record player. Again, something that's usable and something that is just so aesthetic, and this goes with multiple aesthetics too. So if you decide to change your mind in the future and go another route for your bedroom decor, this is something that will fit most things. Next is records, and along with records, you can also display records on your wall. Just because you display something doesn't mean that you can't use it too. The next thing is stickers. You can add stickers on your computer case, on your phone, to a section of your door. Some of them that I saw online were butterfly stickers that I thought were really cute and fit this aesthetic. Next are posters such as Dune, Motley Crue, The Smiths. Also any poster that kind of represents girl power, feminism, those are great too. And of course, you can't forget those books. Some books that I feel fit this aesthetic: any Colleen Hoover novel, 𝚬𝚘 𝚘𝚔, My Year of Rest and Relaxation. Those are just some off of the top of my head, but yeah, I really like those. The next decor item is hanging beads within your doorway. I don't know if there's like a specific name for them. I just feel like they're called hanging door beads, but you can put them in front of your door, or you can put them within a hallway, or you could even buy a ton and put them on a wall. I used to have these when I was younger, and this fits so well. Oh my gosh, it's so nostalgic to me. If you really want to go downtown girl aesthetic, I don't think you should stop at just decor. You could even step it up and add some fake brick to your wall. You can buy stickers that you can just put to your wall that look like brick, or you could even go as far as getting foam from Home Depot, Lowe's, a home improvement store, and you can actually make bricks yourself. And you could get real bricks, but obviously this is a much bigger project, but it is a really great way to transform your space if you really want to give it a downtown feel. Next is a painting set. You could buy like a little wooden chest that has a kit of all the different acrylic paints or oil paints, watercolors, so that way you can display it and just leave it open and it looks really pretty. And what goes with that is an easel. Get a little easel you can put on your desk, or even a large easel that you can just put in the corner of your room to display the art that you're working on. Instruments, if you play, of course, display them. You can put them on your wall. You can even buy a stand that goes in the corner of your room, or if you play piano, put that out. Next is a 𝚱𝚘𝚘𝚔 film camera, and I decided to say this one specifically. I mean, it could be anyone, but this one is so easy to use, and the film is made to look super old, and it is actually film. But you can buy them with different effects when you take photos, and they're really cheap too. So I would highly recommend this one, and it's also just very aesthetic and appealing to look at and display on your shelf and take out and use. I couldn't recommend this more. For the next camera, I would recommend a Polaroid camera if you don't want to deal with film. And the cool thing about having a Polaroid camera is you can also display the Polaroids on your wall. Along with displaying Polaroids, you can display book pages like what you see behind me. Maybe you don't have to go this extreme. Maybe it could be a couple here and there. But yeah, this is a really good way to kind of add a little more to your wall, make it a little more interesting with your band posters, your Polaroids, photos, whatever you want to add to your wall, just adds a little something extra. Another thing you could add to your wall is tapestry. When I thought of this aesthetic, it reminded me of my friend who is a singer, and her entire room is like this recording setup, and it's very much downtown girl. She has tapestry all over her wall, and it is so musical when you walk in. So when I was thinking of this decor list, I literally thought of her because she fits it so perfectly. Now for lighting, I have so many different options, so many different accent lights that you can include in your space. The first one is a 𝚱𝚘𝚘𝚔 light, sunset lamp. These are really cool because it simulates what a sunset looks like, and it just adds really nice, warm, cozy lighting to your space. Next is a lava lamp. I couldn't leave this out. I felt this was perfect. You could also go with a vintage lamp if you don't want to, spend lots of money, even though vintage lamps can kind of be expensive sometimes depending on where you find them. Another good option is an industrial hanging light bulb, and I really liked this because this is something you would see in New York apartments or industrialized apartments, because it's just kind of, it fits the theme. And it's literally just a wire that you hang with a vintage light bulb hanging from it, but you can hang the wire any way that you desire, and it looks very cool. Another one is fairy lights. That's a really good option, a way to light up your posters on your wall, light up your space a little more. A Himalayan salt lamp, a gold desk lamp, and crystals to hang in your window to reflect rainbows into your space during the day. These things are amazing, but I must give a little warning before you go out and buy them. Make sure they do not reflect on any sort of electronic or paper, because they can start fires. And for the last light is a neon sign. You can get customized neon signs, and they just look so neat. And again, it's a stylized light that you don't see often. It's personalized, and you can have it say anything. And when I think of New York, I think of neon signs. Next are CDs, a CD player, and a radio with a CD player in it. For chairs, I thought of a beanbag chair, a blow-up chair. This is just perfect. You can get them in different colors, or you can get them in clear, which looks awesome. For your ground, you can get a boho rug. I know everyone corrects me on what the proper name of this is. I still don't know. I just call it a boho rug. It's the one that I have. I have pictures here. And along with the boho rug, you can also go with a fuzzy rug too. And something I will say is, don't be afraid to layer your rugs, because that really just makes your space even more cozy. Something else you can get if you end up collecting an abundance of CDs is you can get the CD holder from IKEA. I'm pretty sure they still have it. It was originally for CDs back in the day, but of course now you can just store other things on it if you don't have CDs because it is such a rare find, but it would be really cool if you did have a CD collection to be able to display it. Next is a skateboard wall shelf. So if you do skateboard, you can buy hooks that go on your wall so you can put your skateboard on it and actually put items on it as well, like plants, books, whatever. So that way it's a multi-purpose use item, which I'm a huge fan of. Next, we've got candles, and along with candles, we've got candlesticks that you display in wine bottles or just any sort of vintage bottle that you might find that it fits into. Next is a digital alarm clock. Not one on your phone, one that you go out and buy that you have to push snooze on, okay? We want the old school ones from 2000s that we used to use back in the day. Next is fake vines, and these are they're relatively cheap. It's like $15 for a lot of them, and that one pack will go so far. So far. There's so much you can do with this. Having these alone can make a space look incredibly cool. So yeah, fake vines. And next on the list is real plants, any type of plant. Something really cool that goes along with plants that you can do is when you cut off a stem from a current plant that you own and you put it in a jar with water. You can also buy a test tube like display that you can put all your different plants in, and you just have to continuously change out the water, but they will grow and they will stay alive, and it is such a cool way to display plants. It's my favorite way, but because I have cats and they knock stuff over and they eat my plants, it's like it wouldn't work in my space, but yeah, it's my favorite way to display plants, and it's also cost effective. Next on the list is crystals. I love these crystals. This is my favorite one. This is a pyrite cube. It is beautiful because this is real. This is how it develops in nature. Literally mind-blowing. And what goes with crystals is having a trinket box to store them in. This is the one that I have. It's like a wooden trinket box. If you are going to get crystals, I would say put them in a heart-shaped crystal container, and that would look really cute. Next is incense and an incense holder that holds your incense, of course. For bed sheets, there's so many different options. I'd say you can go with a solid color or you could go with floral. But if you want to go a little more stylized and grunge, you can go with plaid. Next is a colorful patchwork quilt. If you have a solid duvet cover or bed sheets, this is such a cool thing to add. Even if you have patterns on your bed already, it still looks super cool, and it's a cozy looking blanket. With the bedroom stuff, accent pillows are also a great thing to think about. You can go with plaid again if you have a solid bedding. You can go with floral, you can go with colorful, something that's like bold but still muted, you know? There is a car alarm going off. I'm on my last item and there's a car alarm. It stopped, okay. And the last thing on this list is to get a clothing rack to display your favorite pieces, but make sure they stick within a color palette so it matches your room. And that is it. That is it for all of the items on my list. That was 50 downtown girl aesthetic items. I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you liked all the suggestions that I came up with. I thought really long and hard, and I watched so many videos to get inspiration. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Like I said before, I'll try to link as many items as I can below, so if you want to check anything out, then you can. And yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.